Alright, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Double D with Bad Boy Cranes, and today I'm going to take you into a tutorial of a GRT8100. Alright, so let's get started. Alright, so first things first, the key's on the right hand side. What you want to do, you want to turn it, and you want to wait. You want to wait for that screen to come on. Once the screen comes on, and it's starting to load up right now, you turn it. Alright, so once you turn it, we're going to focus on the LMI first. We always focus on the LMI. Let it load up. Alright, so when you get ready to set up, you want to know okay or the question mark. What does that mean? Okay is when everything you program everything and you press okay. Question marks when you set everything up. So when you hit question mark, we got rubbers. We got scoping out just a little bit on outriggers, midway on outriggers, or full. So remember the bottom one is to be the full one when you get ready to set up. We're on tires right now, so we put on tires. Now we'll show the counterweight. We're on the counterweight. And then you got the block, you got the whip line, you got the block with a stowed jib, and you got a whip line with a stowed jib. We don't have anything stowed, so we're just gonna click on the whip line. This right here is manual mode to scope out, or automatic mode to scope out. Manual mode, we'll get in a little bit more detail on that, and then automatic. So we click manual. This right here is your whip line. This right here, excuse me, this one right here is your whip line. This one right is your block. The first one's the block. The second one's the whip line. If you're lifting off the block, then you put your parts in line. Just we're on the whip line. Good. And then press OK. Now it'll show you your gauges, everything. Once you have your outriggers out, it'll let you know you're 100% on your outriggers. So we're now on outriggers, so it shows 0. But if you're fully out, it'll show you your percentages on your outriggers. It should all be 100% in red, and then everything else looks good. Alright, now we're going to focus on the LMI. Don't get confused with two screens. Top screen, we're going to hit question mark. This will let you know if you're on tires, you got your outriggers scoped out, midway here, or full. We're on tires, so we're going to press OK. If you ever get to a location, you're driving over there, make sure, and you get ready to set up, make sure you hit the outriggers. Alright, so next thing is counterweight. This is the counterweight, we hit OK. You got your block, what you're going to be lifting on. We got your block, whip line, block with a stow jib, or a whip line with a stow jib. This crane doesn't have a jib, so we just put whip line. This right here is manual mode, or auto mode. This will determine what you want scoped out, how much footage you want scoped out. If you want to be manual, and auto is automatic, so scope out an automatic section. We hit manual. This one right here is your block. This right here will let you know how many parts of line you need for your block. And this right here is your whip line. Click the whip line, and we all set. Everything is set right here. And you press OK. Once you press OK, it will show you what you're good for and everything. If you get to a location and you're ready to scope out your outriggers, make sure you put your outriggers all the way out once you start scoping them out and get ready to set up. Once you set up, go ahead and change that. And that should be 100% on all of them. And that should be red, 100%. Alright, so the screen down here, this is the menu screen. This will have your fuel gauge, your battery, and everything else here. Your park brake, everything, all right here. what you want to do is hit this button. Once you hit this button, this right here is your outriggers. It's your outriggers. This one is the scope out. And the rest of these buttons are more advanced. They're just setting buttons. Change your speed, your swing speed, your boom speed, and so on. You don't have to worry about these to operate. Do not worry about these. All down here is about alerts. If you have any kind of code that's going off, you can click on these buttons down here to check it, and so on. But we focus on mainly the top two. The top two is all you need to start operating. This is outriggers, and this is the scope. Set towards outriggers. This here is outriggers. To activate, to scope out the outriggers, you gotta press OK. It'll turn green. Once it's green, you're able to function the outriggers. You can either use the buttons here for outriggers, or you can use the buttons here for outriggers. And outrigger is also right here. You'll have to hold that button down, this top button, to scope them out. The bottom buttons is to scope them in. So you have to hold down that button and activate these buttons. Scope out two at a time on each side. This one and then this one. Scope them out at a time. Once you get them fully out, then you're going to switch over to your beams. Some cranes don't have, you can scope all beams out at once. This one does. But make sure it turns green. Once it turns green, you go right back to the same spot you're at. Hold that button down. This will bring them down. This will bring them up. So hold down this button and then do one at a time until you get set, and then you can start activating your level. However you want to level it up. And your bubble will be right here. Make sure that bubble is in the middle. It doesn't have to be super perfect, but make sure it's in the middle, in the lines. And once you get done with that, then you go back to the menu. Make sure you go back to the menu. Because if you leave it on, and then you start pressing these buttons and stuff, or pressing these buttons, it will activate the outriggers. So make sure you go back to the menu once you're done. And then the next thing you got is your scope. It's mode 1, this is mode 2. Click on mode 1, we're gonna be scoping out each of these sections, one at a time. It's gonna start scoping out. You'll start to see it start to move. Whatever percentage that you set, it'll start to move. This is the heavy boom, and then that's the light booms. So remember, it's gonna scope out the main section, and then you come over and you scope out the other sections. Main section, and the rest of the other sections. That's manual mode. Manual mode, you gotta go do this. Automatic mode, it'll happen all at once. Alright, so now let's talk about the buttons and joysticks. We'll start off with the right side. The right side, you got your ACs. You got your window wiper. You got your fog lights. And this right here is your PTO. When you turn this on, everything in green is working. Your drums, your boom, your scope, and your swing. Let's turn that off. You turn that off, everything is off. One thing about a Grove is that you can turn off each function, or you can turn on each function. If I want to boom up, boom down, press that button. Now, only thing I can do is boom up and boom down. Turn that off. And this button right here is your boom up bypass. This is your boom up bypass button if you need to activate it. Otherwise, stay away from it. Do not touch it. And this right here is your whip line. When I activate your whip line, it is activated. You can turn it off. Alright, so up here you got your joystick. You can either go this way to boom up or this way to boom down. Boom up, boom down. And then you got your whip line to press forward to go down, press up to go up. And then the button back here is your horn. And this right here is your toggle speed, your hoist speed, how fast you want to move. And this one right here is your dead man switch. Leave that one alone. Do not touch that. That's optional. It's for more advanced people. Leave that alone. Alright, the left side. The left side will have your main boom, your scope, your cab if you want to tilt it, and your swing. And this right here will engage your tire if you want your tire to turn either way. But you only do that if the spotter needs you to turn a certain way. Otherwise, leave that alone. And then you got your outriggers and stuff on this side over here. So remember, you gotta activate your outriggers to scope out here, and then you gotta activate them to scope in right here. You gotta hold it down. And then over here you got your main. So you got your main and your swing. So you press down, your cable down. You press up, your cable up on your main. And then if you swing, if you want to swing to the left, remember to swing left this way or swing right this way. It's easy. And then it's your speed for your main right here. The rest of these buttons do not touch. Do not touch these buttons. Now, you can touch this button here if you need to activate the free swing. That's for more advanced people. If you're doing a multi-lift and you need to activate the free swing, that's it right here. Alright, let's talk about travel mode. Alright, so here's your parking brake. Here's your blinker signs. Your four-wheel drive and two-wheel drive. And then you got your yield sign, and then you got your throttle speed right here. Major tip. Understand this. When you get ready to set up a crane, you hit your parking brake. When you get ready to set up and put the outriggers out, make sure you got four-wheel drive on. Turn that on. It needs to be on. Over here on the left is your windshield wipers. This is your windshield wipers over here. The right side is your gears. You press forward to drive, push back to reverse. And this is your speed gauge. It's your speed. Alright, down here you got your swing brake. You got your scope in and scope out pedal. You got your brake. And then you got your throttle pedal, the gas pedal on the right hand side. So remember that. Now right there is just emergency lock. We don't worry about that. And then over here, you got your house lock. This here is a son of a gun to get out. So you got to swing around to find a sweet spot and pull this sucker out. You got to pull the sucker out. Like everybody knows, you need to find that inch in your swing in order to get your house lock off. The Groves, you got to actually pull this thing out. So make sure you read that sign. There's a sign right here that tells you to twist it. Then you find that sweet spot and then you pull it out. And then you just leave it alone. Pull it out, leave it alone. And when you're done for the day, and make sure you're over the front, then you twist it, find that sweet spot, and then lock it in. Push it in, lock it in. And then you got your emergency button right here. Leave that alone. Alright y'all, this is WD Bad Boy Cranes. I hope y'all liked the tutorial. Make sure I hit the subscribe button. Comment down below what y'all want to see. And thank y'all for supporting the channel. This is a tutorial for a Grove 8100. Until then, I'll holler at you guys later. Peace.